From the Cheap Seat Sports Bar and Grill in Champaign, Illinois, Ford of Tuscola proudly presents to you the Behind the Mic Show, featuring sports, comedy, and entertainment. Now here's your hosts, Keith Gibson and Sam Irwin.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Behind the Mic Show from the Cheap Seat Sports Bar and Grill here in Champaign, Illinois. I'm Keith Gibson, and alongside me each and every week from the Cat Palace in Paducah, Kentucky, my tag team partner, he is Sam Irwin, the one and only Sammy. Long time no see. I got to see you this weekend.
I know. Wasn't that lovely?
It was.
I mean, man, yeah. Got to spend some time. Creative juices flowing, which is definitely different whenever you're in person. That's
right.
For sure. So that was nice to get to visit and perhaps drink a cold adult beverage.
Maybe.
You know, maybe. But anyway, but no, very nice. So yeah, that was what our weekend basically consisted of. That was definitely, I would say, it was the highlight for both of us. Don't tell the women, but wasn't that the highlight?
It was.
But yeah.
Do you realize that's the first time I've seen your actual face besides, video chatting and everything since last fall?
Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Damn COVID. I tell you what.
COVID.
Killing us all. And of course, I think maybe the high, if there could be a 1A and a 1B, was whenever your daughter and Amanda's daughter were playing in the room away from us, just kids being kids, and they thought there was crying, like someone had messed up or something.
Nope.
And everybody runs in there of, oh my God, and all they were doing was just singing Frozen, Let It Go at the top of their lungs. So it turned out it was not a problem. So thankfully Frozen helped everybody out there.
Yep,
but no, that was good to see you. Good to see everybody.
Boys, it was a great weekend. It was nice to see you. I needed that. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody else this weekend. Ooh. We have got the next 3 days, Sam Irwin, are jam-packed, a Behind the Mic show in every which way and form you can imagine. Looking forward to a big weekend together with you again. And we got the golf outing coming up Saturday. We've got Retro Rewind Saturday night. You and I are going to get together with the world heavyweight champion, downtown Bosco. We're going to make some deliveries tomorrow afternoon, Friday afternoon. So it'll be a good weekend.
It will. We're going to see how, once again, he is a dancing machine, I'm sure, at Saturday
night. He's ready.
Night.
He said he's stretched.
And you know what? He's what?
He's been stretching.
Oh, fantastic. Because the last time I seen him dance for several hours at a time, he was struggling that next day pretty bad, hurting. But we're going to see how the ladies love the world champion. They can't stay away from him. He is like our own Ric Flair. He really is. Yeah, he really is. So pretty excited about that. So yeah, going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to it. We got a lot of things to talk about today, though, too. Oh, we do.
We're gonna talk about what? Unwritten rules in baseball.
Uh-huh. What
else are we going to talk about today?
NBA playoffs, if they have started now. Maybe a little pick 'em. See who we think we're going to do. We've also got Justin Fields, quarterback from the Ohio State University, speaking up and speaking out about the COVID, how the Big Ten shut down. So that'll be interesting. We also have Alex Smith, former quarterback who went through a traumatic, awful injury of where his leg was shattered. He is now back to playing football, Keith Gibson. What a story.
It is.
Right? So you got to be rooting for him. And then we also might have another pick'em.
Yeah, we'll just keep we'll keep that quiet between you and me until that time comes.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, stay tuned for that last pick'em because you're going to want to interact with that one. Trust me on that one.
Yeah, for sure. And then what else do we have coming up?
We got a big interview tonight with Dustin and Kathy Smith from Venue 720, where we're going to host the Retro Rewind party this Saturday night. Because all $10 covers go to Maura's Mission. So we're going to talk about how Venue 720 got its start, how it's grown into a great place to hold an event, and then we're going to talk about Maura's Mission with them and just what that means to them and what that means to the community as well. And then, of course, we'll have our Bees Trees Trivia, Sam Irwin. 6 weeks in a row we've had a winner. Can we make it lucky number 7?
Well, we are. You talk about on a roll.
That's right. We're like butter.
Butter, baby. Yes. Woo.
And then we'll, of course, have our Dumb Criminal of the Week. And that's your favorite segment. Then we'll, of course, have our final thoughts today. So we got a big show planned for you. Stick around. We're going to be here for the next hour with you right here from the Cheap Seats Bar and Grill in the Cat Palace down in Paducah, Kentucky. You're watching the Behind the Mic Show right here from the Cheap Seats Sports Bar and Grill. Summer is here, and at Ford of Tuscola, the deals are hot. Right now at Ford of Tuscola, all new Fords are priced to sell, and our pre-owned inventory starts from under $3,000. Check out our selection online at fordoftuscola.com or get pre-approved for financing on any of our vehicles at www.cucarloans.com. That's the letter C, the letter U, carloans.com. Ford of Tuscola, small town feel with great big deals.
Welcome back, everybody. Those of you that watching on Facebook and those of you watching on Catch TV, Keith Gibson.
That's right.
Now that we are TV stars.
I don't know about that quite yet, sir.
Oh, I got the Learjet sitting out in the driveway, the limo ready to take me. You've been getting paid, right? The checks rolling in?
Nope.
Not yet. All right, in due time. Okay.
I don't think I've been getting paid. Apparently, TV adds 80 pounds.
All right. So, Keith Gibson, are you ready?
I am for the Fast Five, Sam. Feed me.
All right, here we go. Time to feed the monkey, and let's see what happens. Up first, the unwritten rules of baseball, Keith Gibson. Just recently, we had a little almost brouhaha break out as the Padres are playing the Rangers. Fernando Tatis Jr., who is a future star. That kid.
I don't know if you have to say future in front of that, Sam.
Might be a star already, yeah. And comes from good genes. His dad was good at hitting grand slams too.
Two in an inning.
But yeah, but the other night, Padres are up 10-3 in the 8th inning. Okay, he's up, bases are loaded. It's a 3-0 count. He swings away and puts one out about 400 and some feet.
I don't see the problem with this, Sam Irwin.
Well, then, and of course, then what follows is the next Ranger pitcher came in, threw behind a $300 and some million man, Manny Machado. So, Keith Gibson, the unwritten rules of baseball, your thoughts?
Where's the unwritten rule at? It's 3-0, you got the bases loaded. They're getting paid to swing the bat. Mm-hmm. There is no unwritten rule in 3-0. You don't have to take on 3-0. Here's my thought. If the bases are loaded, why don't you throw some strikes? You put yourself in this situation.
I was going to say, you put yourself in the situation in the first place.
Right.
Load the bases. Yes,
yeah, you've got the bases loaded, and then you can't throw a strike. That's not my fault. You're going to throw me a meatball. Of course I'm going to try to hit it 600 feet.
Yep.
Which he did, Keith basically.
Gibson, when you watch baseball, that 3-0 pitch is usually a 90-mile-an-hour fastball right down the chute. You can't get a better pitch than that.
Right, so why when you sit on, you're going to sit on a fastball anyway. No, you're going to get one with the bases loaded. Chris Woodward, the manager of the Rangers, was way out of line on this. The Rangers are way out of line on this. I have nothing against Fernando Tatis Jr. doing this. Mm-hmm. He's just playing ball.
Right.
Now, I want to remind everybody, it was just either last year, a couple years ago, that the Rangers are the same team that beat the Baltimore Orioles 30-3.
Correct.
30-3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right.
When you call off the dogs, when you don't call off the dogs, then you can't gripe about this now.
Right. I was going to say, where's the unwritten rule in that?
Right.
Did we forget about? Did we lose our rule book?
Rules, Sam Irwin, are more like you can't bunt for a base hit during a no-hitter.
Yeah. By the way, which is also crap. It's baseball. Field your position and play the damn game. Because here's the thing, Keith Gibson. Okay, yeah, it's a perfect game. I get it. But if you're only up 1-0, 2-0, it's my job to get on base. It's your job to get me out. I'm not going to just swing away so you can get a perfect game.
No, I have no problem. I have no problem with that. If it's close, if it's a 1-0, 2-0 game, I have no problem with it then. If it's 8-9-0 and it's a blowout and you're trying to bunt for a base hit to ruin a perfect game, that's where I have the problem with the rule.
Sure, it's a blowout, because you guys should have been doing it all along.
Right.
Now, other baseball rules, Keith Gibson, the unwritten rules, don't admire your home runs.
Well, has anybody watched baseball lately? That's all they do.
I was going to say, that's all they do. Bat flips, you're not supposed to bat flip. You brought up the don't bunt. When the runner crosses the pitcher's mound, if he's, if he's gotten out at first, you don't do that. Gosh, that's my mound.
Well, because you wouldn't want that. And here's the unwritten rule on that one. I love that rule, unwritten rule, because you don't want your guy you don't want guys running across there, maybe digging holes or getting a hole deeper, something there and putting a mark in. I know. I'm okay with it. I'm a baseball guy. You got to remember. So these rules,
What an absolute...
I don't step on the line, Sammy. I hop over the line. I refuse to step on the baseline.
Well, that's luck. That's a matter of good luck. You don't mess with that.
It hasn't worked yet, but
right. Well, plus I'm not sure you could actually jump over that line.
Barely.
You can slide a piece of paper under your vertical jump. But but nevertheless, these rules have once again made the game antiquated in my eyes. It's supposed to be, and let us not forget, as I wrote this down, you know what the Major League Baseball slogan is currently? Let the kids play. Practice what you preach. Major League Baseball would be a good idea.
They did suspend Chris Woodward and the pitcher. I forget what his name is now. The Rangers for their comments and for throwing at Manny Machado, which I think should have been done because you just gave up a grand slam and you were at a 3-0 count. You have nothing to gripe at. Just go back to the AAA and I guess whatever the satellite team is right now.
Yeah, whatever it is. Yeah, right.
And
plus,
shut your mouth.
Well, let's not forget. Okay, so you're up 10-3 in the 8th inning. I've seen a lot of ball games. That's not a great lead anymore.
Right.
You can give up 7 runs. No,
right.
So no game is out of reach. We're not just going to, okay, it's the 8th inning, let's stop. No, because this game's not decided yet. So you got to keep playing. Right. So Agreed. That's just the way I look at it. All right, anything else on the topic, Keith?
Nope. Fernando Tatis Jr. was in the right, and yes, he is got good genes.
Good boy. Yeah, star. All right, up next. Justin Fields, the quarterback of the Ohio State University. Boy, what a talent. This kid's going to make a lot of money. He good, really good. Called out the Big Ten, Keith Gibson, because they stepped up and said, you know what, we're not playing because of the COVID. And I'll read you what he put, Keith Gibson. He stepped up and wanted signatures to see who else might have agreed with him. And he put, we, the football players, not only for Ohio State, but of the Big Ten he's speaking for as well. The football players of the Big Ten, together with the fans and supporters of college football, request that the Big Ten Conference immediately reinstate the 2020 football season. Allow Big Ten players' teams to make their own choice as to whether they wish to play or opt out this fall season. Allow Big Ten players and teams who choose to opt out of playing a fall season to do so without penalty or repercussion. He said, why is this important? We want to play. We believe the safety protocols have been established and can be maintained to mitigate concerns of exposure to COVID-19. We believe we should have the right to make decisions about what is best for our health and our future. Don't let our hard work and sacrifice be in vain. Hashtag let us play. And Keith Gibson, he currently has 274,475 signatures as well. Your thoughts on a high-profile college football coming out and just going at his own call?
First of all, well said by Fields.
Agreed.
Great, well written, well said, and I cannot argue with the kid. I know everybody wants to be safe. There's been protocols. They've been in camp. Let them choose. They have hard work and determination, and they're taking it away from them now. I agree with Justin Fields 100% on this. Let them decide. Let the single universities decide whether they're going to opt in and play or not. But if they opt out, you can't say, well, you're going to sit out another year. No. Right. Let them decide. Let the kids play if they want to play, but do it under precautions. It's working with the bubble. You see that in the NBA. These universities are keeping everything in the bubble. These kids are staying together. They're not going out. They're not doing anything. It's working. Okay?
Right.
So let them play. Give me college football, dang it.
There's that too, right? But and when we've seen that in college football, there's been some teams that have had a little bit of struggle, with COVID positive testing and whatnot. But there's been a lot of them. Now, granted, we don't know how accurate that reporting is from college football coaches that really want to play, right? Because they've got a really good team this year. But once again, I'm with you. If you do it safely, if you monitor the kids, if you test the kids, and if everybody is clear and there's no problem, then why are they not playing? This I don't get.
I don't either.
This is just like I don't understand, like with Illinois, what they're doing with moving the football to the spring. You're still starting classes here in August. So kids are riding the bus to school. Kids are going to class together. Kids are in the hallway together. Kids are eating lunch together, but they can't play football together. That makes 0 sense in any way, shape, or form. I don't get it. So, and if nothing else, if I'm an NFL team, I see this from Justin Fields go out, how well it was written, how he's not only speaking for himself, but the entire, not just his team as well, the entire conference. I want that kid on my team. So
tells me he's a leader.
He's a leader, and he's also very good, but he's a leader as well. He's very well spoken. He's a smart kid. Sign me up to get this kid on my team. So, I like that, and we'll see what happens. Do you think the Big Ten will reverse its decision?
No, I don't.
I don't either. I think once the decision's been made, that's it, right?
Yep,
so
I don't.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, we'll see what happens. All right, anything else you get on that topic?
Good. Feed me more.
Feed me more. Topic number 3, the NBA playoffs, and this is a pick on Keith Gibson. The NBA playoffs have started. As we talked about before, the NBA has continued to do well within the bubble. They've kept everyone safe. COVID numbers are non-existent, which is still amazing to me of what they've done. But they've isolated everybody.
Isn't it?
It is. Isn't it? Not that difficult, apparently. So anyway, but here's what we have, Keith Gibson. Up first, Lakers versus Portland. Portland coming in hot, Keith Gibson. Damian Lillard's playing out of his mind right now. Are the Lakers in trouble?
No. I think it'll be a tight series while the Lakers take that series. You got LeBron.
All right.
Damian Lillard's great. Damian Lillard's hot, but when you put LeBron and AD together, I think they're all right.
Yeah, I think you could maybe go 5 games, not a clean sweep, but yeah. So anyway, I got Lakers as well. Next, Rockets versus Thunder. The Beard. What's your thoughts?
I like Rockets. I like Harden. Harden plays well. I'm not. I think he travels every other possession, but you know whatever. I'll take Rockets
NBA,
in that one.
Right, and Chris Paul has played very well this year, and the Thunder actually, Billy Donovan was named Coach of the Year. Co-coach of the year, so that might be a little closer. I could see that one going like 6 or 7, maybe.
Yeah,
we'll see. Up next, Nuggets Jazz. Who do you have?
Who cares? Jazz. Give me the Jazz. Give me Rudy.
Jazz. Okay. All right. Okay. Jazz. Next, this will actually be a really fun one to watch. Clippers Mavs. There was some controversy in Game 1 where Kristaps Porzingis was ejected with his second technical in the playoffs. You never see that, Keith Gibson. You never see it. I couldn't believe they did it. But,
I'm not a big Kawhi fan. I'm not a big Paul George fan, so give me the Mavs. I like Luka.
I agree. I like Luka. That kid, man, woo, phenomenal. Yeah. So I hope the Mavs can pull that out. I think that'd be great because I think Luka is definitely a
Yep. So give me Luka over the Jazz and give me Lakers over Rockets.
Rockets. Okay.
And then Lakers over Mavs.
So Lakers in the finals.
Yep.
Ooh. Now let me ask you this, Keith Gibson. This is a little off track, but if the Lakers win this title, does it count for LeBron and his chase for 6? I think it does. Started the season.
You started the season. You win the season. You just had a long delay in between.
That's right.
Still haven't go through the playoffs.
Yep, it counts. It counts. All right, in the Eastern Conference,
doesn't matter.
Bucks Magic. Who you got?
Give me the Bucks.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Who plays on the Magic anymore? I don't even know who plays on the Magic.
Nobody, but they won Game 1.
Well, that's true.
So make Giannis shoot outside, and you might have a chance. Good luck stopping him. But anyway, Pacers Heat.
Pacers in that one.
Oh yeah. Okay, I agree. Celtics Sixers. Sixers missing what's his name?
Embiid?
That point.
Oh no.
No, he's playing, but they got that one point guard that can't shoot threes at all.
Give me Celtics.
Ben Simmons. Yep, agreed. Celtics and Raptors Nets.
Give me the Nets. I'm gonna go with the upset there.
Boy, that's a major upset because the Nets are really bad. Nobody's playing on the team. They're bad. Yeah, I'm not sure how they're even in the playoffs. But anyway, all right. So then you got Bucks Pacers.
Bucks.
Okay. Celtics Raptors.
Celts.
Ooh, and then Bucks.
No. I took Celtics with the upset Nets. I'll take Celts over Nets.
Nets. Oh, okay. All right, Nets. Okay, so Celtics. So then to go to the NBA Finals, Bucks, Celtics, Bucks. And then you got Lakers, Bucks in the finals, which will get some views.
I'll take Lakers in 6.
Ooh, okay, outstanding. All right.
I'm not a Lakers fan. It's just I think LeBron and AD and they've got a good crew that they're built for this.
I think they are. Yeah, 100%. All right. Up next. Next topic, Keith Gibson.
Excuse me.
Are you ready?
I am.
Okay, Alex Smith. Pretty decent quarterback, played for the Chiefs for a long time, then played for the Redskins, had a horrific injury. As I'm reading a tweet here, his leg was shattered on November 18th, 2018, literally shattered. In the days following, he got sepsis, which nearly took his life. Okay, he spent the next month in a hospital, then 3 months in a wheelchair, then 8 in an external asphyxiator, okay, and had 17 surgeries in 9 months. He is now back to playing football, Keith Gibson. Can you believe it?
It's amazing. It really is. You want to talk about grit and someone having the drive?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care if he takes another snap in the NFL. He was in training camp this week with the Redskins. I've always thought Alex Smith was a good quarterback. Not a great quarterback, but a good quarterback. He got the job done, and he won ball games. He managed the game well. But for him to have his entire leg shattered, to go through all that, almost lose his life, and now he's able to be cleared to play pro football.
Yeah,
that just tells you what type of man that is. And if I'm a young football coach or a football coach, period, coaching younger kids, I want them to see this story. I want them to. Here's what happened. This is what can happen playing football. This is also what you can get out of it.
Right.
You can get
agreed.
And so Alex Smith's story is fantastic. I love it. I wish him the best for the Washington Football Club.
Right.
But
let me ask you this though, Keith Gibson. I need your thoughts on this. So he's had a pretty good career, several years in the league. He's made plenty of money, right? Is this a good idea by Alex Smith? Because he's going to play, because Washington quarterbacks normally suck. So at some point he's going to get on the field if he's cleared to play. So is it a good idea?
I don't know if he does play, to be honest with you, Sam. He may get in and take a couple snaps, and then he walks away. I think for him, this may be just getting back, working through the program, maybe get in the game, take a snap, and then call it done. I don't think it's a good idea for him to play again. I don't. But I think this could just be a culmination of, I did it. I got back on the field. I took a snap, went from this to this, and he can now go and talk in front of high school students and football players and be a speaker for the rest of his life and tell a story.
Yeah, he'll be a coach someday because he's just got that kind of mind, I think. And also he gets to go out on his own terms that way. Instead of having it taken from him, he can go out, like you said, maybe he just takes a snap and takes a knee or something like that, waves the crowd, that's it. I don't know, though. With this kind of determination, I think he fully expects to play. So
it wouldn't shock me, but I do think it's smart health. For his health-wise, he's got to think he's got a future, too. He's still not old.
No. Yeah, he's had a lot of years left. He's got a wife. He's got kids. It's like, but I did see he was not yet cleared by the doctors for 11-on-11.
Right.
So this is still a work in progress, and we'll see what happens.
He's cleared for football activities, just not to fully functional play yet.
And that means, like, you and I can throw passes back and forth.
Right. You throw it to me, and I catch it with my big hands.
That's right. That's where my percentages went way down. Yep. All right. Topic number 5.
Ooh, the big one.
This is maybe the pick'em of pick'ems. With the events coming up this weekend, the golf Lollapalooza extravaganza that will happen at the Flora Country Club, the most electrifying scramble of all time, Keith Gibson. Who you got? Team Keith Gibson or Team Slingin' Sammy from Miami? Who you got, Keith Gibson?
Well, I mean, if I have to choose, I'm going to leave it up to our voters. To our fans and listeners. If they don't choose my team, apparently they've never seen you play golf, and they don't know me real well, because I might have brought in a couple ringers. Maybe I don't have a chance at maybe winning, but we're going to be compete. You, on the other hand, here's my question: will you finish more shots back than the winning team finishes under par?
That is actually, as my team. Now, before you judge, Keith Gibson, let's talk about my team real quick. I have Wes Exotic making an appearance.
Goat Man.
The Goat Man, and he may shoot well, he may shoot bad. We don't know, Keith Gibson. It remains to be seen. But he hasn't played golf since we kind of had an Olympics day back when we were in high school or right out of high school, and it was he and I and Matt McGrew and I think Brian Glick, where we went fishing and golfing. That's been about 25 years ago or so. That may be the last time he's played golf. Not real sure. And then I also have Brent Johnson, who just played this week for the first time in 2 years, Keith Gibson. So he's ready. And then his wife, Lauren Johnson, who you just never know what's going to happen with her. Sometimes she can just light it up. And then you have myself, who's also not played in 2 years. So my guess is here's my goal. I want us to par at least one hole. That's the goal. So if we can do that, then I feel pretty good about it. You know what, Keith Gibson? I'm about having fun. And you know what? We're going to be the best dressed group there.
I'm
you can
sure.
bet your butt on that. So we will be the best dressed, and we're going to have a lot of fun. That's for sure. We have no ambitions of winning.
But you don't answer the question. Will you be plus side? Say the winning team shoots 7 under.
Yeah.
Will you be more than plus 7?
Oh, easily. Yeah, if you're a betting man, yeah, easily. I mean easily. Because whose shot do you take off the tee? Whose shot do you take from out of bounds where the tee shot will end up? It's going to be awful. It's abysmal. If you want a comedy show, just follow us around.
We'll have highlights. We'll have highlights next week.
Oh, yeah. Now, what do you think? What are you guys going to shoot? Let's hear your prediction, Keith Gibson. What's your group? Now, who's in your group again?
I've got Kyle Drone, the owner of Dinger Bats, coming up to play. I've got John Ross Wilsey, the owner of Freeman's Tavern and Royal.
Okay.
And then I've got the man who turns 44 on Friday. Big fan, big listener. He's a lefty. Number 77 in your scorebooks, and one of your linemen the Brian Lane on my team.
Ooh, Lane pie.
Yeah. So, I think we'll shoot. I'll go low. I'll say 2 or 3 under.
Okay. Here's what I will say. Okay, we'll stick with that prediction. But the scorecard goes to Brian Lane because I don't trust you with the scorecard. I don't trust you with counting shots. I don't trust you with the scorecard. No way. Brian Lane has your scorecard. That's what this topic ends, I say. Do you agree to that? Brian Lane keeps score.
Brian Lane can keep score. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I don't know what you guys always give me crap about that for.
Because we play golf.
I get a morning ball. I get a breakfast ball on every hole. You know that.
That's right. It's so true. Oh, man, it's going to be fun. But, yes, I see your team doing quite a bit better than ours. But I don't know that you'll have as much fun as we do. So,
I'm sure we will.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's going to be a great day. Great day. Yep. So, Keith Gibson, that is your Fast Five. What do we got coming up next?
Coming up next, we're going to come back and have our Bees Trees Trivia Question of the Week. Can we make it 7 weeks in a row with a winner? And then we come back and also give you Sam Irwin's favorite segment, our Dumb Criminal of the Week, right here on the Behind the Mic Show. Bees Trees, your local ISA certified arborist with over 10 years experience, specializing in tree removal, tree trimming, and with free estimates. Call Greg Miller of Bees Trees today at 217-260-4551. Welcome back to the Behind the Mic Show from the Cheap Seat Sports Bar and Grill here in Champaign, Illinois, and the Cat Palace down in Paducah, Kentucky. Keith Gibson alongside Sam Irwin. Sam, we got through our Fast Five, had great topics this week, even a couple pickups. But it's now time. You hear that music? It is now time for our Bees Trees Trivia Question of the Week. Looking for 7 in a row, Sam Irwin. We've had 6 winners in a row. Looking to make it 7 straight episodes with a winner. And I can't wait to see if we can get an easy answer again this week. Glad you can count to 7.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
That's what she said. Anyway, this week's Bees Trees Trivia Question. Speaking of Bees Trees, Greg Miller came by last weekend, trimmed my bushes, made my deck look bigger. Out? Oh, fantastic. Trimmed up some tree limbs around the house. I mean,
man, and I tell you what.
He took the whole bush out.
Did he really?
Yeah, I trimmed it up nice and smooth.
This guy, you talk about a miracle worker, because I've seen your deck. It's not big.
It's not.
For him to make it even better and bigger, that's just the kind of job he does. So those of you in the Champaign-Urbana area, or even, I don't know how far he goes.
He said he'd go to Clay County. He said if he's got fans down in Clay County, he'd drive all the way to Clay County for a job.
What a guy. What a guy.
He loves us that much.
He's good at what he does, too. What a man.
Is.
So, yeah, call that man up. Absolutely. He can work miracles.
He does. Give Greg Miller a call. He can make sure that your bushes are trimmed and decks are bigger and tree limbs are taken care of and just he's a new dad. He came by at 6 o'clock last Sunday evening to hit us up and take care of everything.
On a Sunday.
Yep, on a Sunday. His
Wow.
9th job of the day.
Is he doing all this by himself, or does he have a helper?
He's got a couple guys that help him. So
okay, well, good.
We're doing a great job, and we love Greg. But anyway, our Bees Trees Trivia Question of the Week. It's a pretty easy one. We talked about Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting a grand slam on a 3-0 count. So the question, though, is who hit 2 grand slams in an inning for the St. Louis Cardinals?
Oh.
Should be an easy one.
Interesting. It should be. That's what she said.
Ooh.
1-1.
Anyway, your Bees Trees Trivia Question of the Week is who hit 2 grand slams in 1 inning for the St. Louis Cardinals? Don't forget to give Greg a call if you need some trees trimmed, bushes trimmed, or just need somebody to ask some questions about some trees to keep them healthy. He's an arborist, so he knows he takes care of everything. Make sure those roots are nice and deep. That's what she said.
Yep, thick and big and strong.
But Sam Irwin, moving on now from our Bees Trees Trivia, it's now time for your favorite segment. Each and every week, it's now time for our Dumb Criminal of the Week, right here on the Behind the Mic Show. And last week, you had a dandy. I mean, he framed a robbery in his own house, basically.
Yeah, to get out of work.
Yeah, to get out of work. Instead of just saying he had to visit the mayor of Brownstown.
Yeah, amazing.
But this week, what do we got for me this week? What do we got for our fans? Because I think everybody's loving this segment.
They love it. It's good to laugh. In 2020, got a great message, from one of our fans that said, he's living in Florida. and we bring him joy, Keith Gibson, with the posts we make on Facebook, the show, because he's got 2 hurricanes coming at him, COVID, all this stuff. He goes, at least you guys can help make me laugh. How about that, Keith Gibson? That's what the show's all about. So I think you'll enjoy this as well, and I think you will too, Keith Gibson. So the dumb criminal identity thief hands waitress her own stolen ID card. We're off to a good start. And Applebee's waitress got the shock of her life when she asked a customer for her ID and was handed over her own stolen driver's license. Brianna Pretty from Colorado never expected to see her stolen driver's license again after her wallet had been stolen weeks before. The customer turned out to be the person who stole it in the first place on a night out. Brianna has had nothing but trouble since she had her wallet stolen, with money, credit cards, checkbook, and her license inside. So lost it all, Keith Gibson. Since then, someone had been handing out bad checks all over town. Talking to the news station about the moment she was given her own idea, she said, 4 people came in, walk in, sit down. They start ordering drinks. The girl hands me my ID as a fake ID. I didn't say anything. I handed it back to her and said, sure, I'll be right back with your margarita. I went straight to the phone and called the cops. While she was waiting for the police to arrive, she kept the table busy with her drinks and appetizers while trying not to react. The story goes on. I don't know how I kept it cool, she told the news station. I was shaking. I wanted to jump across the table and go at her. She said when the officers arrived and arrested the woman, they found that, bizarrely, she didn't even need the ID as she's 26 years old. Of course, sometimes we get carded, I mean, that's what they do. But anyway, she was charged with theft, identity theft, and criminal impersonation for this incident. But further charges are expected to be added after, believe it or not, Keith Gibson, police found narcotics on her possession as well. Police spokesman Steve Davis called the incident a shot in a million and said the suspect was a dumb criminal who is in quite a bit of hot water. So, Keith Gibson, that is, and they also said it's one of the most bizarre coincidences they've ever seen. What are the odds, Keith Gibson, of the person you stole the ID
It's just not a pretty matter here to deal with.
No. Pretty. I see what you did there. Nice. So, Keith Gibson, that's your dumb criminal of the...
I mean, that's pretty dumb.
That's pretty dumb.
What are the odds? What are the odds on that, Sam Irwin?
I'm going to say way worse than 1 in a million, I would have to think.
That's
way
crazy.
More than that.
That's
so,
crazy. But yeah, dumb criminal of the week, Sam Irwin. You bring it to us again each and every week.
That's what she said.
Let's hope this weekend there's no dumb criminals out and about.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah, for sure. For sure. All right. What do we got?
Coming up next, we're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back with Dustin and Kathy Smith from Venue 720. We're going to talk about Venue 720 and then talk about Maura's mission. Can't wait to talk to them and pump up a little bit about the Retro Rewind Party that everybody's all excited about. We'll be right back here after these quick messages from our sponsors here on the Behind the Mic Show.
Morgan's Place Canine Salon has been offering exclusive one-on-one grooming services in the Champaign area for over 12 years, using all natural products, giving lots of love to your dog. Visit www.morgansplace.me to learn more. Morgan's Place, making dogs beautiful.
Welcome back to Behind the Mic Show from the Cheap Seat Sports Bar and Grill. Keith Gibson, Sam Irwin, coming back with you with another week of sports comedy and entertainment. We're our pleasure to welcome in our guests this week from Venue 720, the owners of, and who are going to get sick of seeing our faces very, very soon. Dustin and Kathy Smith, thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate you, longtime friends of ours. And so let's just get into it, guys. How did Venue 720 come about? How do you take a car dealership to a beautiful wedding venue? I mean, that's like taking Dustin Smith from junior high age and growing him into a wonderful husband. No, I'm kidding.
That's a lot of work. A lot of work.
A lot of work. Yeah. Yes.
Well, we found the building. It's been for sale for years, and we always had our eye on it. And finally, once we decided to fire this venture up, we knew that was the building to try to snag. So we knew the land was there for parking. We knew the building was there with the bones, were what we kind of wanted it to look like already anyway. So we snagged that and went inside, blew everything out, left the 4 brick walls, and then went back with our design of what we wanted it to look like.
How long did it take you to get it perfect? Basically where you wanted. How long was the construction process?
It wasn't that bad. We actually started in January. And we had our first wedding the end of May.
Oh, wow.
And we literally were sweeping up sawdust from the cutting boards as they were decorating. So it went to the absolute wire. We installed Hargus Glass installed some windows or some glass in some doors while the brides were getting ready. So it was that close to time. But it was a process, and the contractors, we drove them nuts because we'd get, you know how sometimes you get the visitors that come in and maybe drink some cold beers in here, and all of a sudden we decided that wasn't big enough, so we blow out the whole thing on Monday, start all over again and make it bigger and better. So it's been a lot of changes, and we probably would have been done in 3 months if we didn't change some things as we went. But we feel like it's I don't know, you never get sick of it. It's one of those, you come in here, and even us, we find things that, man, you know what? We did a really good job on that because it still gets you know.
Not so good on that part,
sure.
But
we find
it's
things.
both.
Every day we find things that's like, man, we could have did better there, or you know whatnot.
Right. Yeah.
Why Flora?
We basically traveled everywhere. First, when we got married, there was nowhere around to hold as many people as we had. So we thought, man, we needed one then. And we just didn't quite have the age on us at that time back then to really want to tackle something like this. But my concrete business is kind of self-sufficient. And we had a little time on our hands, and we said, why not bring it here? We travel all over for concerts. Everybody leaves town for weddings. Why not bring it here? And so far, you guys wouldn't believe how far people are coming to Flora for these concerts.
Not even also for weddings, you know?
Yeah, we're running, in all honesty, we're running about 80% outside 30 miles at shows. So we have 25% are out of state for every concert. So they travel, man. If they come and they get to eat the fine dining and the luxurious 5-star hotels and just enjoy Flora like we all have.
Yes.
So it's always a treat here.
Well, there's no better pizza than DiMaggio's. Let's just face that fact.
And
there's no better Dairy Queen than Flora Dairy Queen. So
that's true.
Right.
We've had most restaurants in town have all catered to bands here. We've used them all. We get Julian's down here. We get the Anthony's. We get everything. People come. We have them cater the bands, and everybody really likes it. And the bands are complete. Let their guard down here.
Yep.
I mean, it is just so comfortable for them.
Well, and lots of them grew up in a small town like this, and maybe there was one band, 1,000 Horses, that came here. And they ended up staying afterwards, and they're like, we're each individually from small towns. We were just put together in Nashville, and we love this place because it makes us feel like home. Like, this is what we would be doing if something like this happened at our home, you know?
Very cool. So obviously this has been very successful. You know, it's incredible what you guys done in a short amount of time. Usually businesses don't take off this fast and do so well so early. So kudos to you for that, especially in a town that's not exactly known for its entertainment value, you know. So that's incredible. Where do you see this going? Do you see yourself expanding? Do you see bigger and better acts? What is the plan? Now, obviously COVID has been a problem, so that's kind of knocked things down. But now once we're getting out of that, of course, you can kind of, you know, gear back up and go. But what's your guys' vision for this place?
My vision is to just keep doing what we're doing, and get this beating people's heads that you can come here to Flora and see these shows and have fun and not have to drive to St. Louis and get hotels and take off work and do all these other things. They're right here. And on most of these acts we're bringing in, you'll never see them in a small place like this. And we're getting that reputation that people want to come and play. And that's what we love about it. It's fun. They'll come here and they'll actually, every band that's been here, every one of them has said, the same question, like, man, you guys are in the middle of nowhere. And like, why did you do this here?
Yeah.
You know? So it works out great. But I'd say, we're probably, I'd say we are almost, we're getting pretty serious about some expansion possibilities. And we've still got
We need a studio.
Cross some T's and dot some I's.
Mm-hmm.
Do what?
We need a studio.
There you go.
My overall goal, of course,
and a loft.
always...
Let's talk about for people who haven't been to Venue 720 yet about the interior work, because you've taken a car dealership, which I mean there was floor jacks in there and offices and everything, and made it into this beautiful flower, if you will. It's like bloomed great big. I like that. You like that? This beautiful flower. But let's talk about what's inside. It's kind of a rustic. I think we said off camera, vintage industrial look to it, Kathy. And I know that was all you, because Dustin has no taste whatsoever as long as I've known him. No, I'm kidding, Dustin. Well, no, not really. But Kathy, tell everybody what kind of it looks like inside for those who haven't been there yet.
Yeah, you're right. Vintage and industrial are the two words that I always use to describe our venue. And the place, when, like Dustin said, we looked at this building for a long time. From the outside, but when we actually stepped in and saw it, you could just see the potential. Like, I walked in and it had good bones. So, like we said, we gutted out we kind of gutted it out to the floor walls. But when you first walk in, there's all the original like plaster on the walls, and we removed the loose stuff, and under it is just beautiful brick. And the plaster reveals all the years, like the different colors of paints that have been, how the building's been painted differently throughout the years. We were going to paint over that, but then I just came in. I'm like, I love to see, I want to capture the true essence of the building and the character of the building. And I think that was really important to kind of keep that stuff, to keep the character of it. And then in the main room where people get married and we have our concerts and stuff, we just sandblasted the walls and kept it brick. The windows are the original windows. Dustin does decorative concrete, and the floor is the original concrete floors. It even has like one of the car jacks that they used whenever it was an auto dealership. But it's just a really big venue that, we can, as far as weddings go, we can seat over 300 people, and then with concerts, our cap 450.
Wow.
We
may hit that this weekend.
That's the hope.
I'd say there's a good
Nice. And by the way, guys, I want to know, because it was back in 1994, 1995, a senior borrowed a Mustang for the homecoming parade and went and kind of like blew the top off of it as well and brought it back at that dealership at the time. And from the story, what it's told, Louis Sulzberger like threw his chair and stuck in the wall. Did you have a hard time removing that chair from his anger that was stuck in the wall from that kid that did that? Just didn't know if the shrine was erected or, so didn't know if that was possible. But
I wondered what that hole in the wall was.
Yeah, we kept that.
Good. I will let that person know.
He'll need that this weekend.
Yeah, they might sign it.
Hey, let's talk about this weekend, guys. Of course, we're coming to Venue 720, bringing the Behind the Mic show there for our Retro Rewind party, and we're doing it all for a good cause, for Maura's mission. Tell us about Maura and her mission and how the Maura's mission got started.
Well, as a lot of people around here know, Maura is at the time, she's our 7-year-old daughter now. When she was 4 years old, she suffered from what's called an AVM. It's arterial venous malformation. Say that 5 times. But in pretty much...
No, can't say AVM.
It had more than 2 syllables.
It's pretty much just like all the blood. There's a big spot where the blood vessels in your brain are in a big entanglement, and that caused an aneurysm to form off of that too. So she was life-flighted from Clay County Hospital. Luckily, the doctors there saved her life, because the symptoms she had were like flu-like symptoms. So we could have, most hospitals would have just shunned that off, like, oh, she has the flu. Not that hospital. They immediately knew something was wrong and life-flighted her to St. Louis Children's, where we got the diagnosis. And we were in the hospital for about 2 weeks. After the first week, she was receiving so many gifts, and which we were so grateful for, the outpouring from our community and the prayers especially. But she was getting all these gifts, and And she noticed we were up in the neuro unit, and she wanted to share the love. And so she took a lot of her stuff were doubles. So she would take one and get handed out to the other kids on the floor. And so that kind of got us thinking at that time, you know, as long as everything was okay with her, and because it was still kind of up in the air. But then she had brain surgery, and she ended up coming out of that very well, and we were able to take her home a few days later. Just a few very minor you know, not problems, but little memory problems. Yes, follow-ups from surgery. But I mean, considering how it could have been, we are so lucky to have our little baby. She turned 5 about a week after surgery, and she's doing great now. And so after that, we were so grateful for, you know, Clay County Hospital and for St. Louis Children's Hospital. And we thought, we have this great venue. Let's get some people and start raising awareness about what AVMs are, because they only affect like 1% of the population, and only half of them even bleed, which hers actively bled. And so that we were essentially lucky that happened, because we caught it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have even caught it. But we had a big fundraiser on December 1st of that year, and we're able to raise $14,500 for St. Louis Children's Hospital. So we were really proud of that. And then we've just kind of kept it up and we've donated to various local people. And then our daughter, Layla, she's 10. This year she was chosen to be a TAF Youth Ambassador. And TAF stands for the Aneurysm and AVM Foundation. And so having Big Sister on board too and helping out has been a tremendous help. And the girls and we're all really focused on raising awareness to people to what AVM is.
That's really awesome. You guys just did a walk too a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
To raise awareness.
Yep, we did a TAF walk.
Yep, which I think was awesome. Unfortunately, as you can tell, I don't get out and walk much. No, I'm kidding.
Fridge and back.
But no, we're excited to for this weekend to give back to the foundation and get everything back. Everybody's $10 cover charge Saturday night who comes up to Venue 720 for the Retro Rewind is going straight to the mission. And that's why we're so excited for this. That's why we want to pack the house, because we aren't keeping anything from the show. Everything's going back to you guys, and because we love you, we love Venue 720, we love what you've done in Flora, because if you guys didn't do that, who knows what some of these people would be doing in Flora right now too. So that's why we love it, and of course it's an awesome place.
Nothing. That's what they do.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Sitting with the world heavyweight champion at Huck's most nights, probably. But you know,
right.
But no. So we're excited for a fun evening. What can everybody kind of expect Saturday evening, Dustin?
Well, we've got the Smith and Bailey behind the grill. They're going to set up and sling some food for you guys. Like we talked about, there's going to be the Queen of Hearts. They're going to bring up there and do their drawing up here, so folks can come in here. There will be no cover from 6:30 until the drawing, so they can feel free to come up here and do the drawing and not have to pay necessarily. But then once the drawing's over, we'll be out there slinging bracelets to get everybody that wants to stay and listen to the DJ.
Do I have some music for everybody, Dustin? Maybe a little bit out of your realm.
So we'll have we're gonna have a special menu out for you guys. We got the mole burger that'll be on tap for that night.
What's that made of?
It's 100% pork.
That's right.
Wow.
And they'll have a little special sauce on it just for you. And then we got the Slammin' Sammy Irwin signature curb to the left brat that we'll be shucking out as well. So come up here and have some food and have a good time.
It will be a good time.
Great too.
That's right. We will be a good time.
I appreciate that, but in Clay County, if you want to sell any of those, you better curve them to the right. So just
yeah.
So Dustin, Kathy, before we let you go, and we do appreciate you guys joining us this evening. Where can they? So if someone wants to reach out for a wedding, if someone wants to see the place before they set up everything for a reception or that, do they just need to? There's a website, correct? Venue720.com.
Yes.
Right.
Yep.
And can they get a tour?
Venue720.com. Yeah, we give free tours, and once people walk into the venue, I mean, it pretty much sells itself, the beauty of it and everything. So, yes, more people come in, the better for me. So.
Well, perfect. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday night. Sammy, you got anything for Dustin and Kathy before we let them go?
I don't. I'm just, other than just really impressed with what they've done, what they've brought to the community that desperately needed it, and just anxious to see, where they go from here. Because I've seen, Rodney Carrington there, which before when I seen him, it was like at Evansville. You had to go to some place like that. And here I see, and I mean, it was a great time. He was hilarious, of course, as he always is. And just the different Ray Scott, who actually Keith will be on the show next week. He was there as well. So just I love the cool acts that they have coming through, and just anxious to see, what they've got coming up. And now once we get past this COVID crap, hope everything get back to normal. And,
how did you guys get Ray Scott on the show?
Hey, we work magic.
I am the talent coordinator for the show. So I just sent him a message on his Facebook page, said, hey, you played, Venue 720 in Flora, and just thought you might want to be on the show. And within less than 5 minutes, yeah, man, no problem. Just let me know. I was like, okay. Well, that was easy. He's good. So looking forward to that. Yeah. Yep.
Well, guys, we will see you in just a couple days. We're excited to see you. Have the adult beverages iced down, because I'm going to need some. Make sure you have the captain full and Dr. Pepper on hand. That's all I ask for.
Got it.
All right, guys.
Got it all.
We will see you Saturday night. Venue 720, the BTM Show Retro Rewind. Doors open at 6:30. Music starts after the Queen of Hearts drawing. It's going to be a fun-filled night. You're going to want to be there. We'll be right back here on the Behind the Mic Show after a quick word from our sponsors. Imagine working on your financial plan with an advisor who is as committed to your success as you are. Imagine no more. With Cole Duke at Benjamin F. Edwards & Company, you will receive the informed investment advice you need from experienced professionals at a firm guided by one enduring principle: doing what's right for clients. Edwards, it's a family name long associated with client first service. Now open in Flora, Illinois. Call for an appointment today at 618-508-8050. Benjamin F. Edwards & Company, investments for generations. Member SIPC. Thank you to Dustin and Kathy Smith from Venue 720 there in Florida for joining us this evening. Looking forward to a fun-filled weekend for the BTM Show Retro Rewind. Doors open at 6:30, as Dustin said. Queen of Hearts will be there. And then after that, we'll start taking cover for Maura's mission, and all cover charges are being donated back to them. So looking forward to that, Sammy. And thanks to Cole Duke, one of our great sponsors at Benjamin F. Edwards, a financial advisor there in Flora. He's going to do the ultimate summer giveaway, which is a 4-burner grill,
and
a huge cooler,
and
tumblers.
Tell me more.
BTM Show hats.
Does the list go on?
BTM shirts.
What else?
BTM Huggies.
What else could it be? Oh, is that it?
That's it.
That's a pretty good list.
That's a pretty good list. You get entered into that drawing just by showing up on Saturday night. You come in, pay your cover, $10.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
You get in. You can buy extra tickets as well. We'll have extra tickets available if you want a chance to win that. Someone is going home with a new grill, a new cooler, and BTM Show gear to become an official fan that night. We are looking forward to it because I'm not bringing it home, Sam Irwin, and I know you aren't either.
Once you get rid of those behemoths, you're not loading it back in the truck. There's no way. So some lucky person gets a lot of cool stuff. Going to be very good. Just in time, Keith Gibson, for the big holiday coming up.
That's right. Labor Day's coming up here in just a couple weeks, so you'll have a brand new grill you can grill on, a cooler to put all kinds of ice cold beverages of your choice in. It's pretty exciting. But Sam Irwin, it brings us to our time where the last few weeks you have failed miserably and bringing headline news to the show. Yeah. So, sir, on that note, you can be our talent coordinator and take care of talent relations. I am taking over the headline news.
I think that's for the best because like you said, I have failed and I don't know what the answer is. So maybe you, sir.
Oh, I brought in someone good for the headline news, Sam Irwin. I have brought our good friend back, Chet Winstrom.
Oh,
our great sports reporter and news guy to bring us the headline news this week. So I'm excited for that. So you don't have to worry about anything. You can relax a little bit.
Okay.
And we'll have our headline news right here with our top news stories because we like to be, legit. We like to bring you sports commentary, and we like to bring you the news. So
this is the way it should be. This is the way it should be. I'm glad you got this taken care of.
Right. Thank you.
Yes.
So let's go over to chat at the news desk and get our headline news here on the Behind the Mic Show.
Yeah. Keith Gibson, the Macho Man, is now intergalactic. Yeah, you thought you could keep me out. You need to look at me in the video scope. Yeah, you've been getting mad, telling me I can't be on your show. You can't do the headline news. But now I'm right here in the Cheap Seats Bar and Grill. Yeah, you can't keep me out, brother. Gotta be honest with you. Yeah, I like what you've done with the place. Yeah. So don't worry about the headline news this week. Just know, brother, am I real? Am I a figment of your imagination? Yeah. Yeah. So next week, I'm not worried about the news, brother, because nothing means nothing. Yeah. Just know I can enter your place, your domicile, anytime that I want. Ooh, yeah.
Well.
That's impossible. That's impossible.
You can't blame me.
I'm sitting right here.
Macho Madness, unstoppable. Keith, you said you had to take care of.
Did you let him in my house?
I have no connection to the man. He's a mythical being. Is he alive? Is it a ghost?
I don't know, but now he's in my house.
That's ridiculous.
We're gonna have to get this figured out, Sam Irwin.
Yeah, it's a problem. It's a problem. And you said you had it taken care of.
Well, Chet's gone. I don't know where Chet's went to, and now we've got this guy in my house in the cheap seats. Doesn't make me happy.
I'm loving it.
I know you are now.
Might have to call Linda, bring her back.
Let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back here on the Behind the Mic Show.
For more than 150 years, you've believed in Busey. Today, more than ever, we believe in you. To our healthcare workers, first responders, and local businesses, you're central to the communities we're proud to call home. Busey's grateful to partner with you and your families through life's ups and downs, today and for generations to come. Because as neighbors helping neighbors, we're in this together. Busey, grateful to serve the communities we call home.
Wrapping up another edition of the Behind the Mic Show here from the Cheap Seats Sports Bar and Grill. After our debacle of headline news again. Other than that, Sam, we've had a great show. We had our Fast Five where we take your pick. Do you want El Irwin or do you want El Mole this weekend in golf? We talked Justin Fields at Ohio State. We also talked unwritten rules of baseball. We had a great interview with Dustin and Kathy, owners of Venue 720, who we're looking forward to seeing this weekend for our BTM Show Retro Rewind. We had great Bees Trees Trivia. We've had our great Dumb Criminal of the Week. I mean, just another great show between the two of us. $10 cover this weekend at the Retro Rewind Party. All goes to Maura's Mission. All of it. We aren't keeping a dime, nothing like that. That's why I'm DJing, because we're too cheap to hire somebody. Let's just be honest. But that way we can give back to as much as we can. So make sure you get there, get your koozies, your beer koozies there, and from us, and just be nice, have a good time, enjoy, but do it responsibly, because that's one thing we want to make sure that everybody's around for the next event we have. So make sure you do it responsibly this weekend.
Yeah. And also a big shout out to a great friend of ours and loyal listener and follower, Brent Johnson, who's coming all the way up from Benton, Illinois, to bring his sound system, once again, because we're cheap. And, whatever. Hey, that's just more money to the charity, right?
That's right.
So, but he's nice enough to bring that up. So it's going to be good tunes, good times, some cold beverages and all that. But like you said, do it responsibly.
Right.
If you need a ride, call somebody, we'll help you out, whatever we need to do to get everybody home safe.
That's exactly right. So for my tag team partner, Sam Irwin, down in the Cat Palace down in Paducah, Kentucky, I am Keith Gibson from the Cheap Seats Sports Bar and Grill here in Champaign, Illinois. Have a great week. We hope to see a lot of you this weekend. God bless and stay safe. You're listening to the Behind the Mic Show right here, the Cheap Seats Sports Bar and Grill.
Bye, everybody.